Hey everyone, it's Sharon coming at you from Beach Therapy Counseling Services. Happy Friday. We are really trugging through the winter and headed to spring. And those of you that know me know that I love warm weather. So the sooner that summer gets here, the happier for me. So last week, most of you know that I hit on the subject of being brave and not putting up with bullies and kind of standing in your truth, and I had my own personal epiphany, so I kind of did an impromptu video, and I had this exact topic that I'm going to talk about today in mind. So I've had extra long time to kind of think about this topic since I put it on the back burner. And I really am excited about this topic. So as usual, if what I'm saying resonates with you, please go ahead and subscribe at the end of this video and then hit the notification button so that way you can get notified when I download new content, and share it on your social media just with those that you love and care about, and maybe they can benefit from the content. So, the topic I want to talk about today, because it is also a personal topic for me, and that's reinventing yourself. And I think all of us at some point or another, it doesn't have to be what we quote around the midlife crisis, but at some point or another, we want to reinvent ourselves, whether that be a new career change or a new perspective of life because you just lost a parent, or maybe you're newly divorced, or maybe you're just bored in life and you want a new you. And so we come to a point in life, I think most of us do, if we're being honest with ourselves, where we kind of want to reinvent who we are and what we do and how we contribute to this wonderful world of ours. And this happened to me. I mean, I used to work in the childcare field, and there came a day less than a decade ago where I kind of woke up to knowing that this is not what I want to do day in and day out. And with a lot of thought and preparation, I was able to really focus in on what my calling is, and that is being a counselor. And so I do think sometimes it is career focused where we want to do our own awakening of sorts. But other times it's other things. It's, we've been repressed for so long because we've been in an unhappy marriage, or there's a plethora of reasons why we want to reinvent ourselves, right? But I feel like there are fundamental things that we need to know and learn and kind of solidify in our own lives before we make these big life altering decisions to reinvent ourselves. And the first one is we need to make sure we have courage, because we're going to be told no, and we are going to have people telling us we can't do that, and we are going to have so many hills along the way. It's never an easy ride, and if it is, then we hadn't learned anything, and it's probably going to fail anyways. Most success comes from a lot of trial and error, and so preparing ourselves for that is going to be fundamental in our journey of reinvention. And knowing that no matter what area of life that you are reinventing, you're going to come upon people, places, things, situations that are going to put a pause to your journey. And preparing yourself for that isn't going to make it easier, but it is going to allow you to keep trudging through. Confidence is another thing that I think is so important, because if you go into it feeling very meek and unconfident, you're much more likely to back out at a much earlier phase. And you don't know what that thing or that inspiration could have become when you back out. So you want to make sure before you dive in with both feet that you are confident in yourself and your ability no matter what comes your way. Confidence is going to be key, and a lot of us have to work on our confidence because let's face it, we have so many people, places, and things in life that have kind of taught us the lesson that maybe we're not good enough, or how we feel isn't good enough, or our achievements aren't good enough. There's always that back thought, and that's a CBD thought, right? Or CBT thought. So it's a cognitive thought, and we want to use our own cognitions to change the thought process to I can. It's not a I can't do this, or I'm not sure if I can do this. This is I can do this. I'm going to do this. No matter what obstacles get in my way, this is happening. So that's going to be super important too, is going to be confidence. And then the third one is going to be knowledge. Now, I think there is something to be said of fake it till you make it, but I also think there's something to be said of learn it before you do it. So I say that in humility, and that would be like me going and counseling people. um, professionally and not having the knowledge base that I have. And not that everybody has to go out and get the educational factor, but know what you're talking about, know what you're doing, be fit to actually do the things that you're claiming that you can do. Because if we're not fit to do those things, then we don't actually deserve that platform and we don't deserve to succeed. And I believe that full heartedly. And if you disagree, I'm sorry, but this is my platform, and I'm telling you, you need to know what you're talking about in order to get up there and try and preach to other people. Because people are smart. They're a lot smarter than we give them credit for. And we need to give them credit that they're going to know a phony eventually, if not right away, when one is presented to them. And do you really want to make money off of something that you didn't actually truly deserve to make money off of? So let's go ahead and reinvent ourselves with knowledge, with confidence, and also with courage. Just knowing that, yes, this is going to be hard, but we can do this. Because all big obstacles in life are hard and they're all a learning lesson. But you know what? You can do this. I have all the faith in all of you guys out there that watch this, because you wouldn't be watching this if you weren't looking for some encouraging words. And for somebody to tell you that I do have faith that people can do what they set out to do. But you need to do it with integrity. So let's make sure we have the confidence, let's make sure we have the courage, and let's really make sure we have the knowledge. Because we all want to enrich other people's lives, and we want to make sure that we're doing that in the most efficient way that we can. And by doing that, we have to make sure that we have the knowledge base first. So this isn't a lecture. It went on kind of like a lecture, but I just really do want to encourage everybody to follow their dreams, to reinvent themselves, but to make sure that they are in a place in their lives right now that they can do that. And if they're not, then we work on those things. We're going to work on the courage, we're going to work on the confidence, and we're going to work on the knowledge so that when we put content out there or when we speak in other people's lives, we know what the heck we're talking about. So those things are important because we are influencing other people. And I encourage you all to really focus in on those three things when you go to reinvent yourself. So that way you don't do it flippantly, and that way you can be successful. So I hope that this encourages you and it was less of a lecture and more of an encouragement. So as usual, you guys know where to find me, mybeachstherapy.net, and I hope you guys have a beautiful Friday.